My compassionate and imaginative Pisces friend, hello and welcome. My name is Mina, and I'm here to offer you a 3-card reading exploring the themes of you, your path, and your potential. I invite you to consider what the reading reveals about possible challenges, opportunities, and personal growth for the week ahead. Take a deep breath, rest your mind, and let's see what the cards have to share with you today. Pisces, this week may find you sitting with an ache you almost can't name. There's a subtle pressure behind your eyes, a sense of longing that flickers through your day like a distant melody you can't quite place. You may feel yourself pulled between comfort's embrace and the gentle but insistent whisper that something more waits beyond the familiar. Even as you move through daily routines, there's an undercurrent, a quiet tension as if your heart is standing at a threshold, uncertain whether to move forward or linger where it's safe. You might notice yourself pausing before decisions, not from indecision but from an awareness of what your soul is weighing. Hopes that have been quietly gathering in the background now seem to lean forward, asking for your attention. There's a restlessness in your spirit, one that doesn't shout but hums persistently. It's the sense that your inner landscape is expanding, even if your outer world appears unchanged. You may feel both anticipation and hesitation, as though you are holding two truths at once, the comfort of what you know and the curiosity about what lies just beyond reach. This is not a week of grand displays or noisy upheaval. Instead, it is marked by a subtle but deep awareness of possibility. You carry a quiet courage, even if it doesn't always feel like bravery. There is an invitation to recognize the quiet longing in your chest, not as a flaw, but as a gentle nudge from the part of you that wants to grow. If you listen closely, you might sense the shape of decisions yet to be made and the emotional honesty that sits at their core. Within this landscape, the Two of Wands emerges to reflect your current inner state. It's as if you are gazing out over the horizon of your own life, feeling the space between where you stand and where you might go. There's a tension in the air, not the sharpness of conflict, but the charged pause before movement. You are holding a vision, perhaps quietly, perhaps only in the privacy of your own thoughts. This vision is both exciting and intimidating. The world you know feels small for a moment, and the world you imagine feels vast, uncharted, and full of both promise and risk. Inside, you may feel the weight of potential. The desire to step beyond your comfort zone is real, even as you hold on to the reassurance of routines that have kept you steady. There's a careful calculation happening beneath your calm surface. You measure what you might gain against what you could lose, and you sense the responsibility that comes with choosing. The emotional tension isn't about right or wrong, but about honoring both your longing for expansion and your need for security. You may notice a subtle impatience with the status quo, a yearning for a new direction even if you don't yet know what it looks like. This internal reckoning is not loud or dramatic. Instead, it's deeply personal, a slow awakening to the idea that your life could look different. You might find yourself daydreaming or feeling brief pangs of nostalgia for opportunities not taken. Yet, alongside this, there is a quiet confidence growing. You understand that change doesn't have to be reckless. It can be intentional, measured, and kind to your own heart. The Two of Wands is reflected in the way you hold possibility in one hand and caution in the other, recognizing that both are needed to take the next step. As this inner state ripples outward, it creates the conditions for your path to unfold. The longing for more, the subtle tension and curiosity, all begin to influence the choices set before you. Like the slow turning of a tide, your restlessness starts to nudge events into motion, even if only in small ways at first. Conversations may open up around you, or opportunities may appear that mirror your private hopes. The pressure to act is gentle but persistent, like sunlight warming the surface until something finally begins to bloom. This week, the Ace of Cups rises along your path. The energy is sensitive and alive, filled with the promise of new feelings, new connections, or even a renewal within yourself. It's as if the emotional ground beneath you is softening, allowing space for something fresh to take root. There's a sense of momentum that comes not from external demands, but from an internal readiness you've been building for some time. You might notice emotions coming to the surface in unexpected ways, a sudden urge to express yourself, a wave of tenderness, or even tears that surprise you. There is a friction here, but it's not the kind that tears things down. Instead, it's the gentle pressure of growth. Old patterns may feel less comfortable, and you could find yourself drawn toward experiences or people who evoke something new in you. The urge to reach out, to share your heart, or open up to what's being offered becomes stronger. There's an invitation to risk vulnerability, to let yourself feel fully even if it means facing the unknown. At times, this momentum may feel overwhelming. You might sense the possibility of disappointment or worry that opening up will leave you exposed. Yet the pull is steady. You are being shown that real change begins with allowing your heart to respond honestly to what's unfolding. The Ace of Cups marks a time when emotional truth becomes the driving force, and when small acts of openness can create ripples that carry you forward. The friction is in the letting go of old defenses and in trusting that it's safe to step into the warmth of new beginnings. Of course, this path is not predetermined. The growth that waits for you, what becomes possible, depends on how you meet yourself in these moments. The internal readiness, the willingness to feel, the courage to reach beyond comfort, all of these shape what comes next. Your potential is not a fixed outcome, but a living invitation that responds to your conscious engagement. When you encounter the Three of Swords, you are invited to see that growth sometimes asks you to touch the places where you have felt pain or loss. This is not about suffering for its own sake. It's about recognizing that the heart, in opening up, may brush against old wounds. There is an honesty here that can feel raw, but it is also liberating. When you allow yourself to acknowledge what has hurt, without turning away or making it the whole story, you create space for something new. The possibility is one of integration, not erasing sadness or regret, but letting it stand alongside hope and courage. Meeting the weak with presence, you may find that vulnerability is not a weakness but a doorway. The invitation is to let yourself be seen, both by others and by your own heart. There is wisdom in the tenderness and in choosing not to hide from what is true. Growth here is not about quick fixes or dramatic resolutions. It's about slowly, gently, reclaiming your wholeness. You may notice moments where you want to retreat, and that's natural. Yet each time you choose honesty over avoidance or openness over withdrawal, you step closer to a more authentic expression of who you are becoming. The experience of the Three of Swords does not promise a pain-free journey. Instead, it offers the assurance that through conscious engagement, with your longing, your fear, and your capacity for love, you create the conditions for healing and transformation. It is in this space that your true potential unfolds, quietly and bravely, as you allow all parts of your heart to be part of the story. Stepping back, you can see how each piece of this week's journey is woven together. The subtle yearning of the Two of Wands, the gentle momentum of the Ace of Cups, and the honest invitation of the Three of Swords, all are threads in a tapestry that is uniquely yours. You are not being asked to rush or force change. Instead, you are invited to witness yourself with compassion, to honor the tremors of new possibility, and to recognize that real growth is a process, not a single event. There will be moments when the urge to move forward feels strong, and others when hesitation wins out. Both are part of your rhythm. The emotional truth you carry is neither a burden nor a liability. It is the compass that keeps you aligned with your own integrity. The week may bring gentle tests, small openings, or quiet reckonings. Through it all, you remain anchored by your willingness to be honest with yourself. In this honesty, you find reassurance. You are already enough even as you grow. Actionable insights for Pisces this week. Notice when your body tenses up in moments of uncertainty and see what happens if you breathe and let yourself linger there. Try letting a feeling show, just a little more than usual, when you're with someone you trust. Allow a quiet moment to name what you're missing and see how that changes the way you move through your day. Spoken word affirmations to repeat aloud for a more positive mindset. My feelings are valid and I can hold them. I am allowed to want more than I have known. Each tender step is a sign of strength. I am growing into the person I am meant to be. And now, dear friend, I thank you for giving me your time. I truly hope I have given you something helpful in return. Goodbye and good luck until next time.